Surely you've noticed that the roguelike industry took a turn for the better in the last decade. But where there's success, there are also hungry copycats hoping to cash in on the hype that truly remarkable games produce. Which leads us to the point where the roguelike market becomes an oversaturated mess and it's an absolute nightmare to navigate in. How can you find the pearl in this vast ocean of trash? How can you be sure the game exits early access and delivers on its promises? How do I stop feeling so empty inside? I miss having people around. This review is dedicated to a game I believe is truly remarkable. It bears all the hallmarks of a masterpiece where the enjoyment seems endless and hours of gameplay are well spent. I know it sounds almost outlandish, but if you let me rob you a few minutes of your precious time, you'll find out if I'm lying or not. So let's try to dig in this absolute wonder that is Streets of Rogue. It's a game that came out in 2019 and was made by a single developer called Matt Dabrowski. I hope I got his name right. So this here is a single unadulterated version of a game created by a lone gunman. We've seen this happen before, so maybe this time too we'll see an astounding success across the board. Let's try to come up with some rules for this review. Any good roguelike should have several things in mind. Not necessarily all of them at once, but the more the better. It's like choosing a box of candies that you will later eat alone. Choosing is important, because in the end you will either feel disgust or enjoyment. I'm talking about both the candy and the game. You get the analogy, you're smart. I very much like that about you. So off we go. Replayability. What I love about roguelikes is that they really get bang for the buck formula right. It's not about what I do, it's about how many times I can do it and still have fun. Some roguelikes have become classics because of their replayability, and Streets of Rogue certainly has what it takes to become a classic one day. Each task can be solved in multiple ways depending on what character you pick and what skills you have. The main attraction of some roguelikes doesn't come from when things go right, but when things go absolutely crazy. I don't play Binding of Isaac to execute absolutely flawless runs. I mean, there's that, sure, but I play it because I want to see what crazy item synergy I can get and see if I can break the game. Same rules apply here. In Streets of Rogue, you actually don't want to have a clean run. I want to see what hilarious death I'm destined to suffer. Next, character freedom. Streets of Rogue passes this test with flying colors. There are initial characters you can play. After completing certain tasks, you unlock other different characters, culminating in the ability to create your own character with traits and different looks. Every class has different abilities and ways to complete missions. Are you trigger happy? Pick soldier or gangster. Wanna be sneaky? Go for thief or assassin. Want to have a pacifist run? Choose doctor. It also includes such oddities as shapeshifter, gorilla, zombie, vampire, investment banker, shopkeeper, firefighter, and many more. Oh, and did I mention that you can mix abilities, stats, and traits to make your own class? I actually did, not too long ago. Anyway, different characters have different relations to each other, like thieves trying to steal stuff, gang members hold raids and turf wars with the opposite gang, and cops can express their police brutality to anyone on sight. Next, Sandbox World. Sandbox worlds are difficult to get right because they are inherently feel barren and broken. But not here. Here we have templates for each level, but the layout, the contents, the design is always different. Yes, it's everyone's favorite buzzword, procedurally generated. Basically, you need to progress through progressively more difficult levels or floors to reach the corrupt mayor who raised taxes and made beer and chicken nuggets illegal. I know, the son of a bitch needs to die. Anyway, each level is put in a certain area, including the slums, industrial zone, the park, downtown and uptown. Each district consists of 3 levels, with the 3rd level presenting a randomly generated disaster scenario, increasing the difficulty compared to the preceding levels. Some of the disasters include radiation blasts, zombie apocalypse, robot terminator hunting your ass down, ooze that spreads across the entire level, and many others. This 3rd level serves as a proof to the fact that when chaos ensues, even the best laid out plans can lead to hilariously unpredictable outcomes. As mentioned earlier, with each level and mission being randomly generated, players can expect a unique experience every time they play, ensuring no 2 games are alike. Some of the best moments you'll have with the game is when random chaos goes off the charts and you have to think quickly in these moments. One tiny piece of domino falling can lead to an all-out war on the level, and you can use that to your advantage. Next, great soundtrack. a fucking home run. Streets of Rogue's soundtrack is one of my absolute favorites. I listen to it every day and that's not an exaggeration. Streets of Rogue soundtrack is like that girl from your school that you still think about when you masturbate. I'm sorry for such a vivid leap of imagination, but it's simply that good. Don't sleep on it, I will not forgive you. Every level has its own theme, so you will not get bored of listening to them when you climb on the proverbial social ladder from one level to another, ramping in intensity from chill level 1 to a disastrous level 3. It's an integral part of the game's immersive experience, enhancing the atmosphere and complementing the fast-paced action and chaotic gameplay. Moreover, the Streets of Rogue soundtrack effectively evokes nostalgia with its retro-inspired synth sounds and chiptune elements, harkening back to classic video game soundtrack while still feeling fresh and modern. This nostalgic charm adds an extra layer of enjoyment for players who appreciate the aesthetic of old-school gaming. But what about the graphics? Graphics that stand out. Pixel graphics feels like a slam dunk for roguelikes because their inherent characteristic is that they are games that are more simple, for the lack of a better word. Their simplicity reflects honesty that is put by the developer, unlike AAA games that can have absolutely dogshit gameplay, but it will be hidden behind a facade of fancy graphics and shitty gimmicks. This game boasts a charmingly retro aesthetic that combines pixel art with modern visual effects. Such graphics may not strive for photorealism, but they excel in conveying the game's vibrant and dynamic world while evoking a slight sense of nostalgia for classic video games. And now I will tell you something that this game doesn't have, and that is compelling story. This is something that Streets of Rogue doesn't have, and I'm always on the lookout for negative traits of a game I review as well. Streets of Rogue's story is simpler than what you may find in porn. Indeed, your only objective in this game is to overthrow a corrupt government and bring its mayor down, making what you may call it, a citizen's arrest. But how you do it is a whole other story. What's next? Accessibility. It is incredibly difficult to create games that are easy to pick up and hard to master. And while a developer might provide a solid groundwork for the gameplay, inaccessibility kicks the game where it hurts, in its audience. I believe, and this goes double for roguelikes, games should be fun for everyone, not just the best. This isn't the International where only 0.0001% of the game audience plays the game and we all watch in awe. This awe should be translated to our game room, where we game. You do have a game room, right, senpai? Satisfaction. Man, a lot of these roguelikes get the fun wrong. They require huge time investment without any returns. It's a merciless grind with nothing but frustration. Here, when you die, you're not angry, you're itching to start again and try something new. Achieving level completion, uncovering new mechanics, executing elaborate strategies, and even engaging in a bit of skull crashing because nobody laughed at your jokes are all immensely gratifying experiences. The game is full of fun experiences all around. The amount of hijinks you can set up create hilarious and amusing moments. But what's next? Level Editor. The level editor in Streets of Rogue offers players the opportunity to become architects of chaos, allowing you to craft your own unique levels and share them with the community. Funny thing about that is that most of the people aren't even aware that the level editor exists. If you take a look at the workshop in Steam, you'll see that many people are uploading their own campaigns, which have different textures, sprites, and characters. The level editor in Streets of Rogue serves as a testament to the game's commitment to fostering creativity and player engagement. By providing players with the tools to create their own levels, the editor ensures that the fun and excitement of Streets of Rogue can continue long after players have exhausted the game's pre-made content. So these are the hallmarks that read like a recipe for a good game. If you have at least half of those, chances are you're going to win big. And with Streets of Rogue, we've touched almost all bases. Indeed, the story feels like an alien concept most of the time for roguelikes, so let's leave well enough alone. I can very well say that we've all thought of a game that we wanted to play that doesn't exist yet, and Matt Dabrowski did exactly that. He didn't just make a game for himself as he envisioned, but he made an awesome game for all of us, because it's exactly what we wanted from the roguelike genre. It's like the original top-down GTA, but now it has even more chaos in it. It's perfect. In conclusion, I'd like to say that this game has a little bit for everyone. It's that good and that addictive. By marrying roguelite elements with procedurally generated worlds, we get a wonderful mix of chaos and almost endless entertainment. With its addictive gameplay, high replay value, and boundless creativity, it offers a gaming experience that is both exhilarating and infinitely entertaining. Whether you're a fan of roguelikes, sandbox games, or just enjoy chaotic fun, Streets of Rogue is an absolute must-play. What's also great about this game is that it moves at your own tempo. You can have a slow go or fast run depending on your mood. You can be methodical or chaotic. The strongest quality of Streets of Rogue is that it lets you experience it however you want. And it's a game that truly shines when everything goes off the rails. The gameplay is both simple and complex at the same time. And like I said, every goal can be achieved in multiple ways, especially if you know how to think outside the box. The game has lots of ingenuity, and the sheer amount of gameplay that lies beneath the surface is astounding. I really can't believe that Streets of Rogue exists, that all this is packaged in just one game. But here it is, available for everyone, so what are you waiting for? I give this masterpiece a strong recommendation, even if my review is short, because it's difficult to sing praises for so long. This is me telling you, don't miss out. Don't sleep on it. Don't overlook this wonderful little game that could, and let's hope that the sequel will deliver. Thanks for watching.